Hi everyone, welcome back to Mad About Cards and Crafts. My name is Marla. Today I have a haul from Stampers Anonymous. Tim Holtz just came out with his recent release and I absolutely loved it. I am going to show you the products that I purchased and then I'll show you a couple of cards that I've already made. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the stencils, and they might be a little bit difficult to see. We'll see how that goes. But I got this Snowcap stencil, and what it does, let me pull it up closer so you can see. So it allows you to put paste or color in here, and it will do a snowdrop, so you could do it on the edge of a card or a roof line or, you know, wherever you want, but it's going to create the effect of snow. And so that was the first one that I purchased. And then I went crazy with the shifter stencils. So this first one is the Mint shifter stencil, and I'm going to show it really close, but you can see right here that you match it up right here after you've stenciled. So you're going to start stenciling right here, and then once you filled that in, you move it over, and the lines that have already been stenciled, you cover it with this and it will create a pattern. So right here is the inside of one of the, I created a card with this already, and this is what's left, the negative that's left. But as you can see, I started with the red and then I added the teal, and then I just turned it and I added the blue to make this pattern. So I really love it because it makes it super easy to line up and super easy to just get a perfect pattern. And so that is the Shifter Mint. And the next one I purchased was the Shifter Diamonds. So as you can see, it's a diamond pattern. And it's the same concept. Up close right here are the ones that you're going to line it up with. So you're going to stencil it, and then you're going to move it over and line that piece up, and then you'll have a new place to stencil. Next, I purchased the Stencil Dots. So same concept, just dots. And then I did the Shifter Trees. And lastly, the Shifter Stripes. Next, I purchased the 3D texture fades for the Woodgrain. And right now I don't have my Tim Holtz die cut machine here, but and this doesn't fit in the Gemini. So I'm planning on using this shortly as soon as I get my craft stuff unpacked. And I'm really looking forward to this. And then in addition, I purchased this, which is, oh God, it created some amazing, if anybody has a chance to look at the Stampers Anonymous at Tim Holtz's review of his products, the design team did some fabulous work by using these pieces as Christmas signs. And so I'm planning on cutting it out with this and then using this 3D texture fade and doing some shading and coloring to create some unique places for me to put my sentiments. And on that same note, I got this Craze and Planks. So you have this Craze look, which is like cracked paint, and then you also have the planks. I have one that's similar to this, but not quite the same, so this will be just a little bit different. Next, I purchased the Festive Sounds. This has the lantern. I really got it for the Christmas background. I'll show you the size of this. So right here, here is the music notes background that I can use for Christmas. And then of course you have the sentiment or the decorative piece that says Christmas carols. Okay, this is a beauty. This is huge. Look at my hand. This is called Glorious Gatherings, and the way it is meant to be used is not on the center of the card necessarily, but for you to take different pieces to stamp it around your card. So I have this 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of paper. I could just use this section of it and color it in, and I could use this section or this section over here, and each time I'm going to get a unique card. It also came with this huge stamp pad, so I have something large enough to hold it if I don't want to put it in my MISTI. Then I got some sentiments. So I got the Christmas time sentiments, seasons, greetings, a Merry Christmas, this beautiful slanted Merry Christmas, Christmas greetings, best wishes for the holiday season. This one is beautiful. This one is called Winter Watercolor. I have not used it the way that it's intended to be used, only because my distress inks, or well, my distress oxides, I should say, are packed away, and so I just haven't played with it in that manner. I did create a card using some of these wreath elements, and I'll show that to you in just a little bit, but it has so many versatile uses. You can stamp it solidly, you could stamp it and wet it with your distress sprayer, and it will give you this beautiful watercolor effect. So I'm looking forward to really diving in and playing with that one. I got Yuletide, which has this great Santa. I love the Santa and I love the deer head. I did use this wreath, and then it has, this is great for masculine cards. It looks like a 3 men at an office party. A Joyous Christmas and Christmas Greetings are the two sentiments that come in this set, and then you have the holly right there, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy, especially when I get my distress oxides out and I'm able to create more vintage looking cards. I think the cards that I'm going to show you, well, I know the cards that I'm going to show you are non-traditional cards, which I'm super excited about. But let me show you this last one, and then we'll get to the 2 cards that I've created so far. This one's called Festive Overlay, and the way that it's intended to be used is for you to lightly stamp these background stamps and then use these sentiments as overlays on top of it. So you have a holly, you have this beautiful bird that I'm planning on using my distress markers with. You have a deer, Santa, and this wreath. And then you have the sentiments, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, wishing you peace and joy in the new year, season's greetings from our home to yours. Oh, you have the sleigh, I missed that. Have a wonderful holiday season. Have a holly jolly Christmas and a Happy New Year. And then may your season be merry and bright. So let me get to the cards that I just recently created. This first one right here, I used the overlays. This is the mint overlay, and then this one is the trees overlay. And I decided that I wanted to do non-traditional colors. I wanted to kind of move away from the usual cards that I make and, you know, create some traditional and some that are more modern and non-traditional. And so this is kind of a flip on that. I used one of the wreaths from this wreath right here from the Yuletide set, and then I used the sentiment right here from the Festive Overlay, May Your Season Be Merry and Bright. So that was my first card. And then this is, I think, from like the watercolor. Yeah, this is from the watercolor right here. And these are just these little berries. And I just used it to add, to incorporate that, sorry, don't mean to make that bounce, to incorporate that turquoise into the card. And lastly, my last card right here is using the stripes overlay or shifter, and then I used the watercolor again. So I used these pieces to create the wreath, and I used the Festive Overlay again. I used this Wishing You Peace and Joy in the New Year, and I used non-traditional colors on this one as well. For both of these cards, I don't have them all out, but I used these Avery Elle Pigment inks. These are some of my favorite inks, and I know Pigment inks aren't popular, but boy, these have such vibrant colors, and they're really great, especially when you use them maybe to emboss. So I embossed the sentiment on this one, or when you're using them for stencils, because like Distress Oxide inks, they you know, they're gonna stencil nicely, really a really smooth stenciling. So if you're looking for some vibrant colors, if you're looking for something a little bit different with ink, these are the Avery Elle Pigment inks, and I couldn't recommend them more highly. I just think that they're amazing. I used a little bit of Nuvo drops here, and that's pretty much my card share. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And you can find me on social media, Marla Harris. I am on Instagram, and I'm also on Pinterest. So thank you so much for watching. I plan to be back. I have a huge paper tray ink haul from the last 2 releases that I need to put up before I move. So look for that, and have a great day. Thanks again. Bye-bye.